One. Hello, everybody, and welcome to the world of Gatia, where the populace are at the mercy of elemental chaos, unpredictable weather, and strangers in the woods. Our story this evening continues to follow the adventures and mishaps of the group known as the Measure, as they seek to protect their home of Greystand. During session tonight, to those of you out there in chat, we will be interacting with you all to the best of our ability, but so as to not break the flow of our roleplay, we will be primarily responding through chat as opposed to verbally. I can't English tonight. We take a short break around 9:30 though, and when we come back from said break, we'll have a few moments to check in with all of you lovely people out there. And of course, last but not least, be excellent to each other. All right, we got a couple things tonight. Yurko, you want to go first real quick?
Yeah, sure. I run a Vampire the Masquerade 5th edition actual play show podcast starring our very own Sora and JT. They play a Malkavian and a Bruja respectively. It's a lot of fun. Our 13th episode came out last Wednesday. Our 14th will be coming out tomorrow, if I don't lose internet tonight. So, I have a link for you guys. You check out my link in there, that link tree. You can find our show on my YouTube channel and on a couple different podcast platforms. Or you search up Kindred of New York. I'll type that as well. And there's a good chance you'll find it.
All right, thank you. Luna, you had something you wanted to say.
Yes, I do. Well, first off, I'm just going to address it because I addressed it like 2 weeks ago. The reason I'm not going full blue is because my water heater's still out. But if you do want to see me in full blue form, because I'll actually have a working shower, I'm going to be at Super Magfest dressed as Riri.
Awesome.
I'll be wearing her new outfit. So if anyone else is going to be at Super Magfest and you see a blue tiefling walking around, come say hi.
That's awesome. What day is Super Magfest?
I think it starts on the 17th officially and goes to the 22nd of January.
Yeah.
So
Are you going to be there the whole time?
I'm yeah.
Holy crap. Okay, well
I'm
there
not
you
going to
go.
be the whole time as Riri. I'm also going to
Right.
be Boozette one day, but
What
yeah.
is a Super Magfest?
It's a convention. It's music and gaming. So
Awesome. Very cool. All right, guys, we'll keep an eye out if you are there, and let us know. Let us know if you find Luna.
send us shots of Luna in the wild.
yeah, capture me.
Yeah.
Mm.
We're gonna turn this into a game
yes.
of Pokemon Snap.
I'm a Pokemon. I'm really a Pokemon. Little did everyone actually know.
That is a 4-star photograph right there, guys.
There's a lot of fan fiction that starts that way.
Oh gosh,
Oh,
please
God. No.
don't give them
Mm-mm.
ideas. No. No.
Sora, what do you got?
If you guys are watching this on YouTube, please remember to hit that like and subscribe button and the notification bell to get notified every Thursday at 9 a.m. when I'm supposed to post it, because if I don't, then I have to wear a chicken suit, so... So let's avoid that. Thank you! But yeah, watch the video.
Yeah. Like and subscribe. Like and subscribe. Even give us a comment. One thing I want to point out, by the way, we do the Adventure Continues every other Friday to recap the previous 2 sessions. If you guys want to tweet send a tweet to our main account, the at @ddgtprpg over on x.com. Thank you, anonymous gifter.
Gee, who could that
The
be?
fuck?
There is just no evidence to point in the direction of.
No,
who
watch
it
Anyway.
might be.
There's actually someone who's named an anonymous gifter.
Is there really?
No, I'm just saying, like, what if there was?
Oh, what
That
if
would
there
be
was?
funny.
Yeah.
If you send questions to our main Twitter account, we can address those questions during the adventure continues. That's the best time, and that's where we can interact with you all the most, and that's every other Friday. We are live every Friday here with the various things we do. The adventure continues. We have DM sessions where it's me painting minis, or whatever I could come up with for the night. Which, speaking of, I will be painting miniatures of the measure soon, so you could tune in for that. And we also have our community nights in the last week of the month on Fridays, so you could tune in and participate. So things. But with all that being said,
Can I show off my Pokemon card collection?
what?
Can
Now?
I show off my Pokemon card collection now?
What
Just a little bit.
Yeah, sure.
I wanna
go
see
ahead.
it now.
What are you doing? Go
There-
ahead.
There's one of my viewers, one of my loyal viewers, is interested in my Pokemon collection. So I
Oh.
wanted to share my cool thing.
That's a big one, isn't it? It
That
is.
is a big.
God, that sure is a
Okay.
Pokemon. Man, I really dropped off.
You really
I don't know what
did.
the fuck is going on nowadays.
That's a Zero Aura, and it's a V-Star card, and it's also
Okay.
Humungadungus. I have a couple oversized cards. Zero
Yeah.
Aura is amazing. That's all you really need to know. Pseudo legendary, I'm not really sure.
Yeah, mythic.
Mythic,
Mythical, I think.
mythic. But I've got
It's
my
all right, Yurko,
obviously
we can catch you
amazing
up.
X versus Y binder, which can only hold about a small fraction of all the cards I actually own. And for some reason, I decided to
Oh, you're first, there you
alphabetize
go.
the different types, and then within the types to alphabetize the Pokemon. So that's why I'm starting with Gengar,
Oh, yes, of course. Okay.
because that actually made sense. But got
Many
a
more.
couple of cards in here, and
What was
multiple
Oh,
cases down there,
Jesus.
which I probably can't pull them all out because I'll be like
Yeah.
doing that for a long time.
Sora had a book open as well. Yeah, there she
Yeah.
goes.
Yeah, see, I need a book that big. I really
Yeah.
do.
They're
Because all
at
my
Target for
boxes-
like $20.
Oh.
And
Well,
to
there
be
you go.
honest, I need to set this up like a living dex and not like an alphabetized version, because that was just really dumb.
Okay. Anyway.
That's my nerd cred. Brought
Thank
to you by my husband JT,
What?
who got me interested in Pokemon during the XY generation.
Oh, I did. Yeah, yeah.
Welcome to my Poke Talk.
This has been my Pokemon. Oh, and one last thing.
What?
This guy, just because he's super cool,
That is
Hell
super
yeah.
cool.
says hello.
Okay. All right. So, with all that said and done with, let's do a quick recap of the previous session of Welcome to Grey Stand. The measure started the session awakening in the safety of their magical home. There was a long morning of getting ready for the journey ahead and discussion between the measure and Uthal, one of the Goliaths that is traveling with them, as to what to expect when going to Grey Stand and and what the threat is at hand. A lot of discussion followed, discussing the relevance and the danger of Myrna and Grim, and really who the biggest threat is. Interesting questions. They also reviewed the allies they have at hand, or possible allies, including the recent individual known as Lilius, who said they might be able to assist. After some time, though, at the house, They set out to travel once again, having a interesting night of fishing and eating mushrooms that look like bleeding hearts.
That were tasty. That's an important part of the lore.
That were tasty, yes.
That were
Tasty.
freaking delicious. Thank
Tasty.
you.
Not in a mushroomy kind of way either.
Right. They tasted like candy.
Right, it was candy, you're right. Yep.
Mhm.
Uthal and Rena
I
witnessed...
see you.
What?
See Colby's face.
Oh, Uthal and Rena witnessed some flame elementals in the form of jackals, to which Rena temporarily gained the attention of. And when traveling again on the following morning, found an unconscious woman who they eventually brought to consciousness and began to attempt to communicate with. And that was where we left the measure, with Rena and, I believe Rena and Tim nearby, seeing to the woman and attempting to converse with her. And that is where we will come into this.
I really need to learn that language, don't I?
You could try. I don't know if I'd be a good teacher.
I'd be able to pick it up pretty quickly, I'd imagine. Alright, well, she's in your hands now.
What?
Yep.
My responsibility?
Yeah, definitely.
I can't even be responsible for myself, Tim. You know that's a problem.
We
Yeah,
all need to
well-
figure out what we're gonna do with her.
Time for some personal growth.
So she's still just inhaling food and water
Yes.
or whatever we gave her? Yeah.
Yeah, she kind of she hasn't dressed herself yet. You did hand her clothes, I believe.
I put the cloak over her. Like
Oh,
I
you
snuck
put
up
the cloak
behind her
over.
and did it, yeah.
Yeah. And she's mostly paying attention to the food, though.
Okay.
She got an outfit too, though, did she not?
Yeah, my clothes. But I'm assuming somebody's probably holding those if I'm not, or they're on the floor. They're the floor, the ground.
Yeah, more than likely sitting on the ground. But she is eating. I think you handed her fish.
Mm-hmm.
You're creating a pescatarian.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she's
One of us.
eating voraciously, very hungry.
How far are we from Graceland?
10 days.
And that is
Still?
the only.
Still?
We should be like
9.
8 days.
9. Oh, 8? 8.
7.
Sorry,
No.
Yurko.
5.
No.
1?
We're
Yes.
there.
It doesn't
see
work
the
like
spire.
that, Yurko.
Click my heels. There's no place like home.
So
So-
this lady hasn't been able to speak in a language we understand, and she hasn't shown any shame about her nudity or anything like that, right?
She hasn't been able to speak, period.
Well, she tried to mouth, or well, tried to speak Rena's name, right? And that was
Mhm.
it. Yeah. Can you understand me in Infernal?
Those berries Anthea had would be great right now.
She focuses on you like when you speak, but she does not make any sort of response. Like she doesn't nod or speak back. She just looks at you. Like she was focusing on her food, and then when you spoke, it caught her attention.
Sorry, I had to mute because thunder. Yeah.
Yeah, I heard that. Not on
and-
your end, on my end.
Well, it gets picked up on my end for the viewers. So, yeah. Like, yes, no. She's speaking very slowly. Like,
Yeah. He goes,
Okay.
Rena, I don't think she understands you at all.
She's trying to learn from you.
No one knew what she said. She's speaking in Infernal.
Well,
I mean, the
Yeah, I
nodding
know.
and the shaking.
the nodding still,
okay.
yeah.
Okay, fair. I'm trying. I don't know if maybe
Cassidy's
she...
gonna chime in and say, I think we're gonna have to start at the basics, like holding up her weapon, mace,
Mace is the basics.
hair, teaching her what the words are before she can use them in a sentence.
Right.
Mace
If I
is
have
on
a
the
small
same level as
child,
hair.
the first words they have to learn
Mace.
are mace and hair.
She's not
No.
a small child. She's present in this circumstance, so we can teach her what's present.
You're a ranger. You'll have to go to tell them about a bow. All right.
What's the very first thing that someone should learn in this world?
We don't have time
Run.
to.
Yeah. I
You're right. You know what? Let's just leave her to die. Come on, leave her.
That's not what I said.
She's been given plenty of food.
Cassidy!
She's got some clothes. I mean,
I'm clearly joking.
if we can't get her to climb on one of the Goliath's backs and just ride along with us, I'm not sure what we can do for her. You can lead a horse to water. Sorry. You can lead a bungle to water, but you can't make it drink. All right. They've got to elongate their necks and get down there themselves.
Every time we talk about bungles, I'm sure half of our audience is like, what now?
What's a bungle?
No.
That is a BBEG exclusive farm animal. Brought to you by our ridiculous minds.
I mean, I don't know what else to do. We can't leave her here.
Did you give her all the food?
No, I think there's still one or two fish left.
Well, Go ahead.
You can lead her with the food
Oh,
on
that's
top
not
of
nice.
Goliath's back.
It feels like our options are abandonment or kidnapping if we can't communicate with her. What do we do? We're gonna trick her to follow us. She doesn't know where we're going.
You're concerned about her not really wanting to be with us. I think in a circumstance where she can't communicate her needs, isn't survival the most important?
Yeah, I suppose.
Well,
All right.
she doesn't have to come with us.
No.
Perhaps you just imply that we're leaving and see if she follows. It's up to her.
Ah, like a lost puppy.
How about we
Right.
have someone of our non-combatants, perhaps, keep an eye on her in case there was any situation that required the measure's assistance. Those of us will still feel secure knowing that she's protected and not going to wander into battle.
I hold that
I'm
thought.
looking at Jules while
Cassidy.
I'm talking.
What?
While
Will
you
you
work
watch
that
her?
out,
Go ahead, Alaric.
Tim, could I have some paper and something to write with?
Yeah, I think I can manage that.
Okay, you thought about that for a long time.
The instrument in which I use to write is not something that everyone can use. So I had to double check in my mind, my mental inventory, to make sure that I had an inkwell. He's talking and pulling the stuff out to hand to you. Here you are.
Thank you. Alaric is going to draw a picture as best he can of the spire.
Okay. Give me a performance roll.
Performance. Can I argue for something dex-based?
No.
Sleight of hand?
No. Performance is an art.
Creativity.
You're an
yeah.
art.
Thank you.
Although I must say, as someone who draws, there is a certain amount of dexterity required.
Oh yeah.
Right,
I feel
but-
like he could argue survival for this. We're in the forest. I mean,
Like he is
Sorry.
trying to
sorry.
replicate something from a technical perspective. He's not, conceptualizing a new art form, which would definitely be a creative role.
I just don't feel like drawing requires charisma.
If it was creative, it would.
Yeah, it doesn't flow both ways.
It's just to see how well you draw it. It's not,
Right.
like
That's exactly. That's
tried,
very
I tried.
relevant, though. All right,
I know,
I'll roll
but,
performance.
Hey, you could roll a nat 20. Who knows?
you could.
I got a 19.
Oh,
Ooh.
well, there you go.
God, Jesus.
We all sat there and argued for this. He's-
I've never gotten anywhere that close on any of my charisma rolls, so congratulations.
You produce this accurate drawing in quick succession of what you know the tower to look like from this distance. But it is very clear what he has drawn. So you have this spire, this tower that you've seen in the distance.
I'm gonna go squat down next to her. I'm just gonna show it to her.
Okay.
See if she has any reaction.
She looks at it and she puts her hand out and she starts feeling the paper. I'm sorry, I'm supposed to be like this. She's feeling the paper.
She's gonna point at the tower.
She sees it and she looks at you, looks at the tower, looks at you, and she points at the tower.
Okay, I'm gonna try to draw buildings. I'm gonna try to draw a gray stand.
Okay, you don't have to roll again because you've set a baseline. I mean, with a 19, that was pretty high. You draw buildings, so you just show it to her again.
Mm-hmm.
She's looking at it. She's looking at you. A little more. Give me an insight roll. Insight check. Sorry.
You got this.
Well,
12. When she looks at the buildings, she actually has like a confused look on her face. Like she's not. Like when you showed her the tower, she's like pointing at it like you are and everything, and she's like,
Mhm.
"Yep." But you show her the village drawings, and she's like, kind of like confused.
so she's seen the tower, I think. She doesn't know the buildings. The tower didn't confuse her. That's something. Okay. Ulrich, he's gonna draw little stick figures. He's gonna draw one with a bow in its hand, and two of them have horns. And there's 5 of them total, and then
Mhm.
also right.
Mm-hmm.
And then he's gonna she might not know what arrows mean. Arrows are a cultural thing. He's gonna point at them, at the pictures of the stick figures. He's gonna make a little walking motion and then trace a line from them to the tower.
She watches your fingers and mimics your motions.
Yeah, he'll stand up and pace. He will demonstrate walking. God damn it! I'm gonna get through to her.
She goes to stand up and falls down.
Rena's gonna help her up. Or at least offer a hand if she wants it.
You know what? I asked you for a couple of these last session. I'm only going to ask you for one more, Rena.
Mhm.
Give me a persuasion roll.
Certainly. I forget where my persuasion. Okay, well,
In alphabetical order.
yep.
Amongst the other 2 P's.
I don't know my alphabet,
Oh, okay.
and
It's
clearly
after O.
I don't know how to persuade people. It's 8.
It's 8.
Yeah.
kind of looks at you unsure, and she attempts to stand up again. She manages, but she is having difficulty.
Very wibbly wobbly.
Yeah, like a baby deer, very wibbly wobbly.
I'm gonna hand her my staff.
Okay. She uses it for support.
You're gonna fucking lose that staff, dude. She's gonna teleport or some shit. Like,
I gotta turn around, gone.
I'm gonna grab the clothes and try to, like, I don't know what the fuck Rena wears, but try to be like, here? Like, and then point to, like, her pants and her shirt, or, like, tug on them.
Okay.
If that makes sense.
No, it does. It does. She takes the top with one hand because she's using the other one to hold on to the staff.
Mm-hmm.
And she's like holding it up and looking through the bottom and out the neck hole, like trying to figure out what to do with this.
Can I try to help her put it on?
Give me, because you botched that last one,
That's
give me another
fine.
persuasion roll.
Okay, that's a little bit better. 13.
Yeah, that is better.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. It's a little bit of difficulty because of the horns, which is something you actually it wouldn't be too difficult for you because you're familiar with this struggle.
Neck's probably stretched out a little bit on the shirt.
Which might not. So her horns come out of the front of her head,
Okay.
unlike yours, which come out the side.
Mhm.
So I suppose it's not so much that, but the tendrils that come off the top of her head that it's easier for her to put her head through because they're stretched out. A little.
Okay, fair. Understood.
But with your help, she manages a shirt.
Okay. We manage the pants too. I just want this woman clothed.
Yeah,
Okay.
It takes you a minute, and she almost falls over, but you can manage to get pants on her. She tries to hop on one foot at one point. You know.
Oh my god.
Can I make an aside commentary?
Mm-hmm.
Can I kind of just walk over to Tim and be like, is it just me, or is this a newborn person in an adult's body?
It really seems like it, doesn't it?
Like she doesn't seem to understand anything.
You know, I envisioned the measure taking on many challenges, different kinds of challenges. A sentient ironwood tree and a newborn were not among them.
Yeah.
Child rearing was not on the list.
I didn't sign up for this.
I'm not ready to be a mom.
That's like two opposite ends of the spectrum completely. I
Right?
just want to point that out.
Yeah.
I don't think any of us is ready or waiting for this, but if we're not able to rise to the challenge, we'll be leaving this girl alone, lost in the wood.
Listen, Rena can't even talk to people about her feelings. There's no way she could parent a child. Like, I know. Like, adult child, I guess.
Well, she has 5 parents, so I guess it's going to take each of us to...
Whoa.
It takes.
we are getting miles ahead of ourselves.
Yeah.
This is me and Tim talking here, by the way.
It's, okay, well, I have ears, and we're not far apart. So,
Rena's probably not paying attention to that conversation.
Yeah.
So, yeah, she's focused on... We need to name her.
Fine, she has 4 parents.
it is not our responsibility to name her, right?
I've told my parents and my siblings that I am perfectly fine with being an uncle. All right, I've encouraged them to make me an uncle.
That's
Not
Say
looking
that
to be-
until Ricky. Like,
Well, I mean, it's just something he'll get past, right? It's just Tallulah's precious to us, right? I'm not ready to be a father.
I don't. Okay, this conversation is going
Let's,
in weird directions.
Let's not
Well, how about
draw
if
that line, I think.
If we survive and if we save our village, we can find the right person in the village who's able to give her the guidance she needs.
That sounds lovely.
Or maybe we can even take her back to
I think it should be Rowena.
Give another child to Anthea. Here you go.
Anthea, yes.
Yeah.
I don't know why I was having a moment.
You're
This is
already
an
a
adult
mom.
person.
Yeah.
Let's not forget that this is an adult person.
Well, maybe in body. We're not
Yeah.
sure about mind.
Let's one thing at a time focus on what we can actually do.
What's that?
Let's get her back to Grey Stand. We're gonna pass through the village. At the very least, we can set her up in a building and she can have some shelter. There might be some food for her. She'll
I'm
be
thinking a
safer.
cell, actually.
We're
You
not
wanna
locking
put
her
Something
up.
to talk about. We got time to think about it.
Do you just let toddlers crawl around? No.
I don't
So it-
know. I've never been in this situation before.
So
You don't
it's
lock
like-
them up? Sorry.
It's like a fun pen.
We can get her some blankets, some food, and water. She'll be okay.
Get her a litter box too while we're at it, I guess. Like.
There's already a bucket there. I mean,
What is a litter box?
Okay, sorry.
Oh
So I got
god.
kittens on the brain because of the last 6 days. I can't. Fuck.
Let's say that we've started kind of progressing. No, we can't say that we're walking because she doesn't know how to walk. Okay, never mind.
Rena's.
It's-
I'm sorry.
I was just gonna ask how she's walking. If at all, she's got a little bit of practice and she's got Tim's staff, so I thought it pertinent to check back in on her walking.
Oh, are you trying to like teach her how to walk essentially? Is that what you're doing?
Me?
Rena?
Oh.
Sorry.
Oh, I was like pointing at myself and trying to be like Rena.
Oh, is that what you're
Yeah,
doing?
I was trying to at least establish the name and see if maybe she could name herself or something. Like, I don't know. I don't want to just call her horn person. Like, I'm not. Or toddler.
color tendrils?
Tendrils.
Are you actually trying to teach her how to speak, or are you just teaching her your name?
Just name.
Okay.
No, I'm not sitting here trying to like break down the alphabet or anything for her.
No, yeah, I know.
Let's go over some color theory.
Mm.
Also, I'm perfectly fine with the title guardian, not parent.
Valid.
She's trying to say your name again, and it's a little better than before, but she's still just she's still having some hurdles to come over. Like she's over pronunciating, stuff like that.
I bet Katie would be real good at this.
When
Katie
you
would
said
know
guardians,
too.
I was compelled to name her Galaxy.
You do not
I was
have the
thinking
comprehension
coral.
of a galaxy. Coral.
That kills people, Coral. I'm sorry.
Oh, I didn't know.
After Rena's attempt for teaching, can I attempt to help her learn to, or basically just assist her with walking
Yeah. Yeah.
and get on the run?
Yeah, if you guys are going to start moving, you're going to bring her along with your assistance. How are you going to help her? Just like being like a second support, or?
I would, basically have like one arm under both of her arms holding her torso while she has like the opposite side of me, the staff in her hand, and I'll be walking. So when I'll gesture at my feet so she can see how my feet are moving
Okay.
and maybe imitate that herself.
Yeah.
So I'm not just marionetting her along.
So as you're doing this, you know what? Give me a perception roll. I don't want to just say you see this because I know that your perception's not that high.
Thanks.
No,
Appreciate that consideration. We're just gonna make sure you don't see this. Doo-doo-doo. Well, it's not gonna be good. Just looking at my bonus. 9.
Oh. Well, from your perception, she's a fast learner as she seems to be moving her legs just fine, but you could tell that she is having trouble having the strength to support herself, not necessarily the movement.
Oh. Poor baby.
So she is moving her legs accordingly, but she is weak,
Hmm.
which you could probably already have discerned from how she was eating.
Damaged.
Am I going to be able to help her with walking, or
Yeah.
does it seem like I might want to get someone else on her other side?
No, just you is enough.
I will do so as long as I can endure before my arm starts to go numb.
Okay.
I'll
She's
call
pretty
the Goliaths out.
Yeah. There are 5 of them.
Yeah, well, I have experience holding babies with your arm up like this. Baby
Yeah.
singular. And you hold them till your arm goes numb.
Yeah. Yeah, very much.
Then you gotta pass him off.
She moves with you well enough between your help and the staff that she's using as you are continuing to travel through the forest. Let's get one more survival roll. You're already through half of the journey.
Doesn't matter who.
Half of the journey of the day. I don't think that you rolled for the beginning of the day, Yurko, so if you want to, you can.
I am the most qualified. And that
You're in the
remains
desert! No, I'm just kidding.
that remains true even if I roll low. All right? It's fallacious thinking to think that someone else should have done it if the dice betray me.
Yeah, damn right.
Only
That's a
if you roll
15.
one.
Okay. It's good passage of time for travel. While you're walking through, Jules says to you, Cassidy, what was that about not being combative? I'm perfectly effective.
Do you know what he used to do in his past life?
Jules, have you fought with us since you got out of the crystal?
Well, you were sleeping, but yes.
You did?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Hmm?
Well, I didn't know about that.
Oh.
My apologies.
He
I
took
used to
some
kill
hits.
people, too.
Yeah, but that was 1,200 years ago, Jules.
I taught her how to use daggers, and he points at Marissa.
I said I'm sorry.
I understand. I suppose I deserve that. All right.
It's not my fault I don't know what I'm talking about.
I suppose I don't either. All right.
Just get a look from Tim.
Do you need to switch off? She looks rather light.
That would be beneficial because my arm feels like it's trying to float away.
Right. All right. Yep. Just switch.
All right, here, just take that arm.
Yep.
There you go.
Sorry, miss. Not trying to be fresh. She can't understand me anyway, I suppose.
She can.
All
so-
she hears is.
So you switch with Jules, and he starts to help her.
I like to envision the Peanuts talk, the adults.
You come to the end of the day as the sun is starting to set. What are we doing?
Find an appropriate landing to set up camp, optimally big enough for our new toy house.
You want a place for the house? Well,
I mean, I don't know the parameters particularly well. But I think that's what the group would do.
well, it's either the house or the hut. If you guys are trying to get the house up, let's see.
It would be beneficial with an extra, with all the extra people we have with us.
Oh, I know. All right, Sora, high or low?
Hi.
Okay.
Hi.
You do manage to find a place clear enough for the house.
Hell yeah.
Are the trees like right there?
Yes.
Lilius
Yes.
knocks on the door again. I thought you weren't gonna keep doing this.
Didn't say that.
Yeah, we
Right.
made no such promises.
Right.
Yeah, and she didn't ask you not to. She said told you to continue as you were.
Well, I said, "Oh, we can leave. Like, we'll be gone in the morning." Like,
We were.
So
Yeah, now the house is in a different spot.
She's
we're
welcome
elsewhere.
to stop by again for some more tea.
Orna's gonna
So
throw the house down and go enlarge and make it big.
absolutely scares the life out of your unnamed person. Jules has to stop her from running away. Which, I mean, her attempt to run away results in her almost falling on her face, but he's just back there. No, it's all right. It's all right.
I fucked up.
How were we gonna warn her anyway?
I don't
Cassidy
know,
goes
cover her
over and
eyes.
starts petting her head.
Oh, give me give me me
Flight
and my
hand.
fucked up head going. Give me animal handling.
Yeah. That was my next one.
What to roll for comfort? You know what? Just give me a straight charisma roll. Just straight charisma.
Charisma?
Mm-hmm. Charisma.
17.
Ooh, she calms. She's panicked for a moment, and Jules is trying to calm her down. And when you come over, it fixes it. You start petting her head, which the tendrils on her head are like leathery tentacles. But it calms her, and she.
So in addition to the horns, there are tendrils.
Mhm. Yeah, no hair, but tendrils that go down her back.
No combing. It's got to be easy.
Yeah, just
That's
shake them
nice.
out.
Shake it up.
Sure, it makes a really interesting noise.
Mm. Oh,
Anyway,
Yeah.
I'll do some more foraging, just to keep us stocked up.
look for some shrooms.
more bleeding hearts.
Yeah.
No, normal. I don't think bleeding hearts are gonna pair well with stag.
Mm.
For dessert.
If Lilius did show back up, maybe she'd have a clue for us on how to care for this girl. I wonder if this is still in her territory.
So,
Hmm.
how do we get a hold of her? Do we go rub a tree or something? I don't.
I mean, I want to say we could call out, but who knows what else we could alert besides her.
Why is that the first place we go to?
That just went right over
Think you
Cassidy's
can
head.
just stroke some wood and get what you want?
I
God,
didn't
no.
mean it that way, but it was already coming out of my mouth. I realized what I said.
I've got the office gift. No, God, no, no.
Okay.
Anyway,
You guys.
If Ulrich's okay with it, Tim will join for some foraging and see if he can find the rest of the ingredients needed for
Ooh,
the
ooh.
potions.
Cool. Well, you could both roll, or one of you can roll with advantage.
Have at it, buddy.
Yeah. I mean, mathematically, I think there's just a right choice here.
Sure,
Won't
but
hear
it's
any
still nice
argument
to
from
give
It's
the
still
option.
Maida.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's better to give the option because
Oh.
even from a flavor perspective, maybe Tim wouldn't be side by side with Ulrich to tell him what he's looking for.
Both my numbers are bad.
Oh,
Survival, right?
Mhm.
In the woods,
in the woods.
it's a 16.
That's not bad.
The die is a 7.
It's
Well,
over.
that's impressive.
He's fucking good at what he does.
I know. You're in a cave. No, I'm just kidding.
Humble brag.
You're not
you
sure,
know,
but you
you-
might be on a tropical island.
The trees here are different.
What's an island?
Oh yeah. Wait till you get to that one day, maybe.
Oh.
I said maybe. There might be islands out there if you travel far enough. Anyway, you do find your usual forage and then some because you find extra, right? But also you are able to help Tim find the ingredients he needs. How many flowers did you have? It was 3, right?
So let's double check. Yes. 3.
Okay. So I will say that you're able to find enough for the 3 of flowers to make 3 potions with this. Should you have the instruments necessary to do so. What are the rest of you doing while they are out in the woods?
I'm gonna stay close to our newfound friend and try to keep her comfortable and
Store.
answer any
House tour.
store.
House tour.
tour.
Oh, all I heard was store.
House tour.
Sure. Try to teach her new stuff if she seems curious.
Fire. Okay.
Ow.
Yeah. Fire. Ow. That's good. Okay. Well, so you could show her around the house. The sight of it alone just seems odd to her. She kind of like ducks when she goes into the through the doorway, like she doesn't know what's going on. This is very akin to looking at the drawing that Ulrich made in her confusion. You know, like what are these little boxes with triangles on top? I don't know. It's just in my mind immediately what a quick village looks like.
Every house has chimneys.
Yeah. Just boop, boop, boop. Little rectangle with squiggle coming out the top.
Squirrels.
Squirrel.
Squirrel-shaped smoke clouds.
Don't want squirrels in your home.
She is noticeably paying attention, but she also noticeably she seems to just be going, just nodding. She's picking up on the yes motion.
Smile and wave, boys. Smile and wave.
So what else are we doing? Because they're going to be gone for a little bit doing that. There's other things you could do in this moment if there's someone you want to speak to, or if you want to do things like with her.
Rissa and Rena, are you gonna tour around with us, or are you guys gonna go off and do your own thing?
I was gonna join for the tour, maybe make
Yeah.
some tea, see if she'd enjoy some tea.
That's so this
It's not
house.
here to make it. Someone's got it.
Did this house? I mean, we kind of already took it for granted, but did this house come stocked with like kitchen equipment and like?
Did.
Equipment, yes.
Basic.
Supplies,
basic-
no.
Yeah.
Does it have an air fryer?
In
No,
fact,
that is
does
not.
anyone have tea leaves beside Tim?
Probably not.
I don't know.
You got
Let's
some
make
secret
hot
tea
water.
there, Rissa?
Some what tea?
Secret tea. Do you have tea leaves?
Tim is the keeper of the tea. Do you have any?
Maybe
Damn
we can go outside and get some.
Gotta go
spruce
chase him
noodles.
down then.
Someone roll perception for me.
For you, yeah.
All right, hold up. 17.
All right, is that it?
Yeah.
Okay. Rena, you see very, very small little pouch, very close, tied to the staff.
Oh, because she has your staff.
Okay.
Really?
I love
I mean,
that.
honestly, it's fine. I mean, I'll allow it. It's tea, for fuck's sakes.
I will allow it.
I don't know. We could weaponize this. Like, I figured out how we could weaponize the house.
Yeah, you're gonna weaponize tea.
How do you weaponize the house? Everything that's in it gets
If I
shunted.
throw it, if I
Oh,
throw it at someone when it's small and make it big.
Oh.
Anyway, I'll pluck the tea or the little pouch off. And just
Yeah, she watches you as you do this, and she looks confused. Well, there
tea
you go.
leaves in it. Okay.
Yeah.
I start going like this as you're preparing the tea.
Oh, she's probably never prepared tea before in her life. I gotta be honest. So
I'm just not doing this because of that.
Why?
No one's taking the bait. I'll just say it. How are we gonna teach her how to drink a hot beverage?
we're gonna let it cool first.
Okay, good.
I was really worried this was gonna get like really stupid.
I honestly,
Let it cool first, or someone sits in front of her with a cup of tea, like,
yeah, but she'll just
Test
see the
it.
reaction and not understand the consequence.
blow
Hmm.
on it.
Great way to learn.
Jesus.
Blow on
Great
it
way
like
to
you do
learn.
with Heather.
She'll only ever spill tea on herself once.
I mean, you're not wrong.
That was the same mentality my mom had with sticking my hand over the gas stove.
That's
Like-
way different.
Yeah, really different.
Let's not. We could, but we could go there, but
Let's
What's
not.
this do?
That's called child abuse.
You're right. Anyway,
Oh my All right. Jesus.
Ren is prepping tea, trying to.
I'm
Okay.
mentally petting Renna, willing the bad images to go away.
We really should give her a name. Maybe at least she could learn it.
Lilith.
You're not
God.
here.
Nice
was-
choice, but oh god.
What was the suggestion?
Lilith,
Why Lilith?
because it's a demon. It's the name of a demon.
I was guessing
Nice.
because of the tentacle leathery hair.
You know,
I mean, it all kind of goes together.
I was kind of thinking because, like, I mean, I know Renna, oh my god, me and Rarissa don't have, like, these names, but, like, the envoys, Callus, Fear, Piety, you know, obviously my dad, Void, and then there was the statues. I don't know. Those are pretty cool names. Quest?
Quest.
Yeah. I don't know, maybe, like, Trust?
Quest has hope.
Oh,
Quest
Quest
was the name of
was,
one of the
yeah.
envoys.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, sorry. Maybe Trust?
You want her to trust us?
I mean, kind of. Maybe I'm projecting a little bit, but
I'm not sure.
Do you want her to be like the envoys?
oh no, but these are interesting names.
They are. Ideals and vices and virtues.
Trust seems like a friendly one, so
Yeah, I like the idea of ideals and virtues. Naming someone after a vice
not so
when
much.
they're just new and pure potential seems a little cruel.
Conversely, you could say somebody that's named something like trust is, or hope, or honor is pretentious.
I'd rather lead someone to a happy life than a sad one.
Certainly.
I don't know. It was a thought.
Oh, don't misunderstand. I'm not saying that it's a bad idea. Just putting thoughts out there for
Do
you.
you
to
have any
consider.
ideas, Jules?
Oh, no. I never even had a pet growing up. I've never had to name anything. So,
Were names
No.
like that common?
like what?
Like, you know, the envoys and things like that. Were those like normal? 1,200 years ago?
I don't recall many people having those sorts of names. There was someone in the city. What was his name? He was a tinkerer of sorts. Oh my goodness. It'll come to me. Just come back to me. Oh, no. Avarice. That was his name. Avarice. He was an inventor. Just a nice chap. But he's the only one that I recall, and I don't quite remember these envoys. I know that they existed, but memories of them are a little fuzzy. So, aside from them, Avarice was the only one I knew of, and he was a horned individual as well. But he was a member of the city.
What about Hope?
Well, that's a nice name. That goes either way, doesn't it? There are common people that have that name, from my recollection.
I feel like it's a good middle ground.
I think it's sweet.
She's gonna remember how to speak like 3 years from now and just be like, yeah, my name's Jessica.
This reminds me
No,
of...
this is a Karen. No, just kidding.
There was a Doctor Who episode where the horse identified himself as Susan. And Doctor
Oh, yeah.
was like, no, his name is Susan.
Yeah.
I just love that.
He could speak all languages, yeah, so he could understand animals, yeah.
Hope is nice.
Yeah.
If that's what you're going to call her, you better start teaching it to her now.
I'm gonna go over to her and look at her and point at myself and say, Cassidy. And then, like, just lightly touch the top of her shoulders. Hope.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So you are attempting to teach her something.
Yes. Teaching
This-
her individual names.
A concept.
The names individually, the concept is up to her if she wants to retain, or rather, if she wants to ideate that.
Okay, well, I just want you to roll me a d20.
14.
Okay, noted. Let me make a note of a 14. And then I'm going to do this. Okay. She says hope.
She says it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna go to Rena and Rissa and be like, I temporarily forgot how to speak, trying to say that she learned how to speak.
What? What? And she's like holding tea.
She said the word. She said hope.
Really?
Hope. And she like smiles, like she's like, "Oh, I did a good thing."
Does she understand what hope is? So I'm gonna point to her and say, I'm about to say it. I want her to say it.
She goes like this. And she goes, hope. Like she hesitates and then says it.
So Rena points at Cassidy to see what she says.
Good start.
You know, that's good.
Close enough.
Yes.
I'm gonna say it again. Cassidy. Cassidy.
Cass.
Cass.
Well, now you've done it. You've named it. Now you can't get rid of it.
She's not an it.
I'm kidding. It's something
That is
people say.
ridiculously cruel coming from someone we could have discarded, Mr. Jules.
It was a joke. I wasn't serious.
Knew I
That's
should've-
something they say when small children adopt strays. They say, well, don't go and name it because then you have to keep it.
Well, I see when Ulrich's not here, you're carrying on his spirit.
I'm sure he will be quite pleased to see that you've given her a name, not it.
Better.
She gives her a little pat on her tendrils. And she just goes, Hope.
Yes. Hope.
Ulrich and Tim, as you are, after you've found your forage and have made your way back, you come back to the semi-clearing where the cabin has exploded into the confines of the tree surrounding it. And there is a very large stag with antlers with vegetation in them that is just slowly walking, and as if she was there. About the time the stag gets halfway through the clearing in front of the house, Lilius appears next to it. She puts a hand on its back and just smiles at both of you.
Give her a wave.
She bows her head.
Are you trying to make me feel guilty? He gestures to the stag.
Do you feel guilty?
Not particularly, no.
Good. You won't survive out here if you feel too guilty about what you have to do to survive. And she slaps it on the ass and it takes off into the woods.
Ooh, mama.
That's all you gotta. That's all you need sometimes.
Context, guys. Context.
They are a boon given to me by the Lady of Life. They are my creations.
You
So-
can create?
Don't feel too... Yes. Do not feel too guilty about felling one. While they are precious to me, it is good to know that they've served a purpose to someone in need.
To what do we owe the pleasure, Lilius?
Well, you are very noticeable guests in my woods, so I thought I would just pop in and say hello and make sure everything's going well enough.
No.
You
Well, come
hear
inside.
Your name, yes, you hear your name on the wind enough, and it makes you curious.
I think we might have found another one of your guests.
There are many in these woods. I'm sure you have.
If you could offer any information about this individual, that would be fantastic. She
Mm.
seems a little lost.
The wind carries our names?
My name.
Oh. Of course. Right, we couldn't help but talk about you.
I said your name, but I meant mine. I apologize.
It's the royal you.
She re-enters the house with you, if you allow her to enter, and looks just like you last saw her, her form unchanged. And she just kind of stands in the entryway, looking around as you set off to do whatever you're about to do.
Make tea.
Ulrich's gonna set all the edibles that they found on the table.
Okay.
Trish, you're muted.
Can't hear you, you're muted.
Tim, when you walk in, you see Rena in the kitchen, and you see the kettle. Or I'm assuming we have a kettle or something to that effect, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have something to that effect, yes.
Yeah. And she just makes eye contact with you. I made tea.
Look at my staff. Okay. Let's see how you did.
It's boiling water.
How dare you?
What?
There's a very
What did I
subtle
make?
skill to tea making, right?
Oh.
You gotta
You
steep
should
it.
see how the Rangers make tea. We rip it out of the ground and we throw it in a pot.
Oh.
You poor people.
Do you wash the dirt off the roots first?
Usually.
That can provide a different flavor. I can see the value in that.
A little earthy.
Texture.
Worms seem to like it.
It all falls to the bottom. It's fine.
It's all gonna go back to their dirt anyway, so it's fine.
Let's make a point of getting plenty of sleep tonight. Setting out early tomorrow. We lost time today, so. Also, I don't know if anyone noticed, but Lilius is here.
Oh, hello, Lilius.
Yay!
Hello.
I was wondering if you'd come along.
Well, here I am. Did you need something?
Well, I'm not sure if the others mentioned, but we found a young lady in the forest, and I'm gonna show her the newly named Hope.
Oh.
Do you often have people show up with no skills in language or movement, without clothing, just on the forest floor? Is this something that happens, or is this unusual?
Perhaps if someone were to birth a babe in the middle of the forest, then yes, but I don't think this is clearly the case. I do not know this individual, but it is, well, you said she doesn't, did you say she doesn't talk?
Mm-hmm.
You said she doesn't speak.
Did I say that?
No.
We just, taught her one word, actually. To my knowledge, from what I could tell, she couldn't speak and couldn't walk.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'm not an expert on such things, but we taught her the word hope as her name.
Oh, you gave her a name.
You gave her a name?
It didn't seem right to just keep calling her, the girl.
That's a sweet name. While I was aware of their presence, I thought they were dead, so it's good to see that they're conscious and awake for their own sake.
What is she?
I don't know.
Then why
where
did
they
you say
came
they?
What?
They, you said that you thought they were dead.
She points at Hope. I was aware of her presence. She was unmoving. I thought she might be dead. And now I see that she is not.
So you mean you saw her and you left her there?
Yes.
You
Sounds
don't
like
know.
forest to me. Is there anywhere that you could take her, Lilius?
Oh no. It would be cruel. She's not a fae. She's not a fae.
Can you magically and suddenly impart knowledge to her? Impress her upon the skills of language, or at least the understanding of the common tongue? You can create, so, you know.
I can create forest animals, and specifically a deer. Or a stag, sorry. I don't want
She'd
to
make the one
offend them.
deer.
As I said, it was a boon gifted to me. It is not a power that I hold.
Sure. Just
I
checking
can't-
you out.
I cannot give her speech. And if I were to take her to Arcadia, it would be cruel.
Think you can get us to Grey Stand any faster?
No.
Ulrich's he's clearly agitated. He's fidgeting a bit.
Oh.
Have you seen the type of creature before, Lily?
I mean, I think she looks like us.
That was my first thought. The tendrils are interesting, though. That's something I've not seen before, at least not on a person. Tendrils for hair.
What have you seen it on, if not a person?
It's reminiscent to the tentacles of a monstrosity or something like that.
She might not be like you two, even if she looks like it.
Pardon?
She might not be like Rena and Marissa. We frankly don't know anything about her.
It's
I
quite
think,
alarming.
on the
to
other
think-
hand, we also
ahead.
know everything that there is to know about her.
I don't think that's true. But what were you saying, Cassidy?
It's alarming to think that one of the only things we do know about her situationally is that Lilius likens her to a monstrosity.
Well, just the tendrils.
It's a clue, though.
Eh.
An important one.
I'm sure monstrosities have feet.
Some.
Oh, yes, okay. There are other similarities. Yeah. Most monstrosities have skin, too. I get it.
Did you say
Well,
if she
great
had
point.
a tail or hooves, or she got regular feet and no tail?
Regular feet, no
No
tail.
tail, okay. Regular feet. Sorry.
Oh, I mean, I understand. Yeah, no hooves. Yeah. It's a valid question, honestly.
I mean, we can't turn her away. She will die.
More than likely. If she possesses no strength, no skills to defend herself, this forest is relentless.
I'm not saying we should turn her away. I'm saying we don't know what we're getting ourselves into. And we also have something very huge going on that is time sensitive. And I want to keep focused on that.
Thank
We
you.
can keep focused on that, but I think if we were to, like you said, to turn her away here, that would definitely give us the measure of our personalities.
Again, that's not what I'm suggesting.
I know. I'm just saying that if we were to go down that path, it would. Maybe no one else would know it, but we would.
Speaking of your problem, I made my way over to the far reaches of my forest for a brief walk and reached out to the one who watches Grey Stand, as you refer to it, and the forest that surrounds it, and they are not there.
That's troubling.
It's curious. It could mean a number of things. She is not of the spring court like myself. She is a summer court member. And there are many within the Summer Court who seek for domination, are very aggressive. They could be linked. Grim could be linked to the Summer Court. There are powerful individuals within their numbers.
Are you
be
at
the
all
con-
bound to your forest? Are there limitations with how far out you can travel from it?
Physical limitations, no. Not even magical limitations. But I do need permission to leave my boundaries from my lady.
Permission to leave your boundaries, not permission to enter someone else's.
Correct.
How do you get permission?
I have to see to my lady and get her permission. I speak to her myself. Which I have spoken to her about your plight, which is... It was all very concerning for the Summer Court individual to be missing, and the situation that you and your village are dealing with, which I have reported to Titania and beseeched her to allow me to investigate. She is thinking on the situation, but odds are I will be allowed passage and can look further into this.
You
The
don't.
Summer Fae.
Sorry.
The Summer Fae who watches Grey Stand.
Mm-hmm.
Or our forest. What's their name?
Marlena.
Maybe I'm being too simple here, but that's awfully close to Myrna.
Marlena?
Let's start with M.
Rena, you were gonna say something?
I gotta be completely honest, this is not Rena. My brain short-circuited. I do not know what I was gonna say. It's gone.
Okay.
It must not have been important.
The lights are on, but no one is home.
I'm running off of like 3 hours of sleep. The fact that I'm awake right now is nothing short of miracle, so...
Oh, I will type the spelling over here so you guys can see.
Well, it's good that you brought the matter to the Summer Court.
I brought it to the Spring Court. Because that is who I answer to. It will be Titania's job to go to, oh, I forgot his name. To go to the Summer Court and tell them...
Barbanos.
Barbanos.
I guess it's just out of our hands then.
Well,
Well, all we have is hope.
Funny.
I remembered what I was going to ask.
Do it.
So Lilius, it seems like you just kind of like show up places, right? Like, you don't have a way to bestow that onto other people, right? To just like move people somewhere
no.
else? Nothing like that?
No.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
Not even if I begged?
Not even if you begged.
Okay. That's
I
fair.
do not have such powers. I cannot send you across the land. I cannot bestow intelligence or language onto this young woman. I'm sure there are people out there that can, it's just not me.
It's fair.
Doesn't hurt to ask, though.
Is there anything you could do to help us? Anything you could think of?
I am speaking to Titania about your village's situation. You had asked me last time I saw you if I could help.
Did I?
Your group did.
Oh,
Yeah.
I might not have been paying attention.
You're fine.
I was outside for some of
So-
that anyway, so
I also asked like earlier this conversation.
I'm not here
Did
right
you?
now.
Yeah.
Well, Rena just meant specifically with these recently brought up issues.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I'll be
I'm
quiet though.
sorry. I'm sorry I can't help you with your newfound friend.
Oh, Rick, I have a question for you.
Sure.
If it turns out that Hope somehow isn't what we think she is or who we think she is, someone potentially innocent and lost and in need of aid, how do we protect ourselves while we're traveling?
Make sure she's always in someone's sight. Make sure she's never awake while the rest of us are asleep.
Make sure what? Sorry? I'm really having a hard time hearing you.
Make sure she's always in someone's sight.
Mm-hmm.
And make sure she's never awake while the rest of us are asleep.
So we have to have a continuous watch, basically. Would increase our security.
Best I can think of right now, short of shackling her, but that seems a little invasive.
Well, I will watch her during the day. If our overnight lookouts can watch her during the evening.
Hopefully she sleeps. So
I taught her name.
that's good.
I did that. She calls me Cass.
Cass!
Pretty good for her first day, I would say.
You can definitely see the utility of it.
Lilius, I have another question for you.
I shall attempt to have an answer.
Your reign or watch over this region and you
Yes.
belonging to the Spring Court.
Mm-hmm.
Does that have an effect on the area around? Because it seems like things have been pretty peaceful for us. I'm not sure if that's your direct influence, purposeful and conscious influence, or if it's just an effect that you have in general. Could a Spring Court watcher or lady have a different effect on that area than a Summer Court? Just passively.
Passively, certainly. I do my best to keep my forest calm, and while I try not to disturb the flow, to disturb what nature wishes, I do try to keep tensions calm, and my presence does cast as much. if you've been finding your travel to be enjoyable, that may be partially on my behalf. I could just as easily make it very difficult for you, though, if you were to upset me.
Okay. Well, I don't know
So-
about you, but if we do happen to upset you, a direct communication would be very much appreciated. I don't think it would be intentional, but I'd
would
like
hope
to communicate these things and clear the air rather quickly with you. Don't want to be on your bad side.
just speak my name enough times, perhaps 3 times in a day, and by evening, I will come.
Thank you.
No more,
Also-
no less.
Knowing that the lady who watches over our area is from the summer court does kind of explain something. They're more dominant.
So we have to Beetlejuice her?
Yeah.
Yes.
No more, no less.
The Fae are really big on 3s.
Mm-hmm. Good number. Yes, a
Right
summer
said,
court.
right switched.
A lady, a summer lady, if you will. I'm not exactly sure what their official title is. It is potential for them to cast an aggressive aura, if you will. It could be aggressive in various ways: violence, lust, high emotions. There are some that just thrill for the fight. They wish for battle. So, if you are constantly in danger, or have an overpopulation issue, perhaps, could be why.
Well, if they're two sides of the same coin, I'd like for her to flip it.
Careful what you wish for, because the coin could always flip again.
But that's true. Fair enough.
With her absence, she's no doubt left a lasting impression, and if she's not to return, I don't know how long it would take for another to come and cast their own influence. Hopefully the summer court cares enough to replace her for the sake of you and your village.
Thank you.
Certainly.
Tim, could it be this hag that Grim is beholden to that has taken her place?
Probably. I mean, if that's Grandma Peggy, Lilius believes or seems to know that her name carries a lot of weight. She's someone to be cautious of, very least. Definitely don't want her attention. So,
Yes.
I mean, they did snatch Kreen from the Feywilds. Would it be so far-fetched to snatch someone from our plane?
Cream?
Yes, we encountered a siren in another village far off from where we live originally, and she introduced herself as Kreen. We sent her
Yes.
on our way back to the Feywild.
That is very good of you. I'm familiar with Crean. She was missing for some time.
Did she make it back?
I will be looking in to see if she did.
Confirmation would be lovely.
Right.
She reported that it was the direct influence of Grim that caused her to be imprisoned and her talents to be used for his purposes.
Oh. That will come with a weight.
Lilius, is Grandma Peggy Summer Court?
Grandma Peggy is winter.
Winter. Do you think they could be making a move for that region?
No, not not Grandmother Peggy. She doesn't care about that sort of thing. And her aesthetic is more swampy.
I'm gonna take a shot in the dark here and describe the four-armed hag to Lilius that we encountered in the well.
Mhm.
Does any of this ring a bell, this description?
She is one of Grandmother Peggy's 3, part of her coven.
Well, she's a ghost now. Sorry.
Oh,
Well,
In fact, I think I still have her head on me.
that could.
gross.
Oh,
Do you, or did you give it to the... No, the Gladys didn't want it. Never mind.
They
I
didn't want it.
I've been walking around with this. I don't know. Maybe I should throw it away.
I would.
Hoist up the.
Well, the damage is done, but I would do away with it. You don't want to carry a hag's head.
Why not?
They're cursed.
Cursed how? I would. Details, please.
I cannot begin to know what sort of treachery comes with that woman's head. But
Burn it.
the practice is that, yes, burn it, please. She kind of backs up.
All right.
All right,
I'll
let's
open
get
up
that
the door
done.
to the potbelly oven.
No. Don't put that in this house.
Yeah, please don't. Wait, yeah, no. Can we go build
The
a
the
pit?
ashes
also-
will be shunted out
Okay.
whenever we're done, and it'll be left to nurture whatever plant growth is here after we've left.
Is it gonna nurture
Tim,
it, or is it gonna
is that
make it
amenable?
worse?
Tim, do you have that spell that lets you move Earth?
I do, but it typically has to be loosened first.
Hmm.
Or loosed. I don't know.
All right. Well, when you get the chance, help me dig a fire pit.
As soon as we're done with this lovely conversation with Lilius,
Fantastic.
I'm not abandoning her company. It's a delight.
This is enlightening and terrifying in equal measure.
Yeah.
What an
You-
exciting time to be alive.
You killed her.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, with this, you'll gesture with the cold iron.
Tim will
Sword.
also flex.
She.
What are you showing off,
With
Tim?
with wizard arms.
I have more muscle than you.
Well, congrats. I have Jerry do all my hard lifting and pushing.
She flinches at the sight of the cold iron. She does not like this. She says to you, "That was reckless." I
Oh, really?
understand that you probably killed her because your life was in danger, but
And creams.
Yeah, she really hurt.
An entire village worth of people, actually.
well, for those people, it is good that you intervened, but safeguard your dreams.
Oh.
She'll
How
be
precisely?
coming-
The fuck does that mean?
Be on your guard. I'm not sure how else to. Do you not control your dreams?
No.
Nah, they
No.
just happen. I'm working on it though.
Kind of like a story we just watched as it unfolds.
Do you control your dreams?
I can. It's dream walking, or some people call it lucid dreaming. You have to be aware that you're in a dream. If you have a nightmare and you know it, you need to wake yourself sooner than later in case she's there.
Could she have been watching us through the head this whole time?
I cannot say for sure, but it would not surprise me. Mother Morgana was one of Grandma Peggy's oldest coven members.
Is that who that is?
Yes.
Mother
Perhaps not
Morgana.
the strongest, but they were together for some time. If she has not already begun to invade your dreams, it's coming. As soon as she finds a replacement, it's coming.
So, she will replace her?
She will replace her missing coven member, yes. Hags are at their most powerful when they are a complete coven. Even without a whole coven, though, I would not underestimate Grandmother Peggy.
Do you know the name of the third hag? Morgana, Peggy.
Is there one other hag or two other hags?
One.
Is it
It's a grand total of 3.
Until
That's a good question,
Morgana
though.
is replaced.
I don't think we got the name.
Yeah, to be super duper clear, Peggy is the leader of 3, or Peggy is a leader and she has 3 others that she leads?
Leader
Peggy
of
is
3.
the leader of. So there's Peggy, there's
Peggy.
Morgana, and then there's another one.
Okay.
The rule of 3.
Yes, is the rule of 3. Just like Lilia said, say my name 3 times.
Mhm.
I'm trying to find her name because I forgot what her fucking name is. Let's see. Here we go. Black Olga.
Grandma Peggy. Morgana. What was Morgana's epithet?
Mother Morgana.
Of course.
And Black Olga.
And Mama, the Mama that Grim has been referring to, is not any of these 3.
Maybe it was Morgana.
Oh, I doubt it.
No, he was talking
Myrna-
about Mama like she was alive.
Myrna had said she hadn't been called that in a while.
Yeah,
She
this
was
would
called-
made Ulrich think that she wasn't Mama.
That's... She was called Mother Myrna in Thrix. I don't know. I feel like any of them could be Mama at this point, or could be a completely different person? Question mark.
If we stand any chance of surviving and coming out ahead of this, Lilius, would it not make sense that we would seek to not have Grandma Peggy retake a third? If we can take them out quickly enough, do you think that's possible?
If you could take out Peggy quickly enough. Is that what you're implying?
I suppose. Just, the effort we went through to take out Morgana, just to have her replaced and having to fight her replacement and so forth seems...
I believe it is safe to say that if she replaces Morgana, you will not be fighting Morgana's replacement. Peggy herself will come for you, for those that killed her coven member. And if you were to go and try, and I do say try, and it's not to be disrespectful, if you were to try and go after Grandmother Peggy, you would have to go to her in Arcadia.
Unless she comes to us.
I'm just gonna say, hey, can we put this head in the bag real quick?
But,
This is for safety.
oh, don't touch the edges.
Ulrich,
got it.
for the record, and I want this to be known,
Make sure
This
that
is
that's
gonna-
for the inventory.
this is going to backfire, but he is treating this head with, like, no reverence whatsoever.
Fucking tosses it at Tim.
Yeah, like, He's disrespecting this corpse.
Basketball dunk.
Oh, that thing is so disgusting.
Nothing but net. I'm just gonna like.
I hope for your sakes that you are able to take care of your own matters before she manages to come for you.
Yeah, I'm gonna need the morale boost to see that all our villagers are still alive. To carry on with a lot more fighting, honestly.
Yeah.
And honestly, it's the more pressing matter.
Yeah.
We didn't intend to challenge a great hag. We just want our village back. We want our people not to be lured off into the woods, controlled, lured to their death.
Often it seems those that fall victims to hags never knew that's what they were dealing with to begin with.
So we're ahead on that then.
Haha, ahead.
Ah.
Ugh.
Yes, you at least know what you know, and that's more than some.
Well, I think you have us better prepared than we've yet been, Lilius. Thank you.
I can only hope that telling you this little bit is enough to help you for at least a time.
It seems for certain we won't be able to solve these problems on our own, so we're glad for you. We're glad for the Goliath.
In the
Lilius,
distance.
I hate to ask for anything more, but might you be able to signify whenever we cross or wherever before we cross your boundary? Give us a sort of sign or just a shout.
I think perhaps I can do that.
Even if it's just one of your stags.
Ooh.
All right.
I'd like to be able to confirm whenever we leave your grace, so to speak.
I will send you a sign.
Much appreciated.
And with that, we're going to take a break. Break time, everybody.
And break.
No, 1, 2, 1. We're back! I think I got
Bam!
it. Did I get it? Are we
Yeah.
live?
Yeah. Did you move your
It's
camera?
always Ulrich.
No, I slouched.
Oh, stop slouching. Sit up straight.
Amber.
Yell
Sora's
at him.
telling me what to do. Oh.
I give her my permission.
Wow.
What's the thing they used to do in like grade school, like back in the day? They put like a ruler, so you had to like, no, or a stick. It's like a stick, like a giant stick.
It was a ruler. I
In
think.
our generation?
Yardstick.
No.
Maybe, yeah, I think
Yardstick.
yeah.
Wooden yardstick.
Yeah.
Those
Yeah,
things hurt.
Yep.
Nope, never experienced that.
Well, no, I don't think any of us did, right? Or maybe.
Mm-mm.
Man, I gotta say, I think due to the weather out here, our internet is being shitty overall. So apologies for any delays we're having. Sora, you pointed out to me, we haven't had this sort of delay issue in quite a while. But I don't know how the rest of you are doing. But for those of us, it seems on the mid to lower East Coast, at the very least, it's as Colby said, windy as fuck.
Fucking
It's-
windy.
Wimdy.
Windy, yeah.
I probably will need to reset my internet at some point after stream because I am not running at my 500. So,
How long does it take?
I don't want to do the disconnect. It'll disconnect the stream.
Not right now.
So, yeah.
Well, I just mean before Ulrich's back kind of thing.
Either
Yeah,
way,
yeah.
it would disconnect stream, and I'd have to go and mash the videos together. It's gonna be a pain in the ass.
Too much time. Okay,
Yeah,
effort.
it's too much
effort.
work. Yeah. It's okay. Yeah.
Did you see
so
your DMs, JT?
maybe not.
Okay.
Hold on. Going to look. Yep.
Mhm.
Gotcha. Understood.
Did everybody?
So how's everybody in chat? Oh, go ahead. Yes, what?
Did everybody get the things?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Everybody got the things.
Mm-hmm.
They were showing. Well, Ulrich was showing his off. Yeah, look at that. Colby, look. Oh,
Look,
they were showing
hold on.
the girls. The twins were
Oh.
showing their dice.
My camera just went offline.
Yes, it did.
Splendid.
This is the one that decided to roll 3 nat 20s in a row and then roll the 1. Oh, they look so good. Oh wait, I don't know why.
did this one to my
I'm
little
gonna-
brother, and he went, "Ouch!"
I've also got a picture posted in campaign chatter
Yes,
of
I
the D20.
got to physically hold all of them like 2 weeks ago, so I knew
I was
about
just
this.
sitting here and it disappeared.
I figured. I heard y'all talking about it like one time, just kind of cryptically, and I was like, "Dice, they're on the way."
These are too sharp to spit.
Yeah, I would
Yeah.
not recommend that, my dear.
Yeah, for sure.
I love
please.
this one. This one's my favorite, the crystal.
I like pain, but I also like to use
Yeah.
my mouth, so I don't really want to do that.
I don't have
The
any.
prisms are really nice.
I don't have
Is
any.
it reloading over there, Amber?
Pardon?
Is it reloading?
Yep.
It reloaded on Light Studio, but not on Twitch.
It's gonna take a second. It should
Oh,
be good.
there I am.
Yeah.
I'm back.
So.
And oh, there you are. Yep. Okay. Sorry about that. Yeah. So, of those of you in chat that are wondering what's going on, Amber and I had dice made for each of the members of the game to fit the theme of their character. So, yeah.
Oh, I did really like the hearts too.
Yeah,
those are stinking adorable.
Yeah, that's my mom's thing. Because she's the one that pours the dice and everything. So I have I have dice that I had made. It was kind of like I was thinking about the Goliaths when I had them made because it was Immensity Peaks in mind. So I've got the blue snow crystal dice.
Oh yeah.
But yeah. All right, you know what? It's
What?
been a few minutes, so let's just continue. I can't see you in light stream, Amber. I don't know if that's. Can anybody else see her in light stream?
I can.
You can. Okay.
The only one I can't see is Ulrich.
Yeah, it's.
Okay. Well, we've been on break for 10 minutes now, so I'm going to go ahead and just move us along here.
Okay.
And I'm sure he will be back shortly. So you're all standing in the room. Lilius has issued her warning to you, essentially, about Grandmother Peggy. And, I mean, what's next?
How do you do this lucid dreaming you talked about?
It's sort of like meditation before you go to sleep. Concentrating on yourself and going into sleep with a more awareness of oneself. Being able to know that when you dream, you are in fact dreaming and more in control. Crunch.
Yes.
I don't often dream.
Well, you may soon.
So if we do this lucid dreaming, we can control what happens, even if Grandmother Peggy's invading them.
Well, I don't know just how much you will have control over, but at least you will be of a sound enough mind to know what's going on.
Okay.
To be able to tell reality from a dream can be powerful, but she is still very much a threat. I believe I'll be making my departure.
Thank you,
Well,
Lilies.
Of course.
Should there ever come a time after this is done, and left your boundary, and you can find a way to contact us, you need something or help, then you can aid. Please send for.
Certainly. I will keep that in mind. And while my forest is nicer than that of which your village resides in, do be careful. It does not mean it is completely safe. All right.
Thanks for the warning, and I agree with Tim. We'd be glad to lend you aid should you ever have need of us.
Thank you. You are a very hospitable group. That goes a long way with the Fae, just so you know.
You're a very pleasant individual to be around.
Only while you're on my good side. She turns and exits.
I wonder why she keeps implying that we're going to end up on her bad side.
It's just a precaution. You know, boundaries are important. So
What are fairy tales but precautionary tales?
Just a friendly threat?
we can call it a threat.
We should get everybody fed and get to sleep, I think.
Fed into bed.
Yeah.
Damn, it's robot like crazy all of a sudden. What's going on?
Me?
Yeah. I think you're better now. Say something?
Something?
Oh, you're perfect.
Okay.
Crystal.
Hey,
Hey, there he is.
Hey.
So you can certainly do that, though. You can begin to make food for everyone, and you still have plenty. And unless there's anything else, we can move into if anybody's going to go out for a watch or anything like that, you know, unless there's more discussion to be had or anything like that.
well, I'm gonna focus on watching Hope and not offer my help on dinner.
Okay.
And that's gonna be my job until I go to bed. and hand her off to the first watch.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's right. Right. You at least need a hope watch, I guess, with how you've been talking. All right. Well, anything else from anybody? She, Hope, as you have named her, is very capable of feeding herself. While it might not be as neat or tidy as some, she gets along with the Goliaths pretty well. They're There is a moment during the night where she does get up from the table, and while it's slow moving, she does kind of make her way around and just sort of inspects, like she's just looking at the house and the furnishings. She does sit with the Goliaths for a while. They don't really bother her. They just the Goliaths have this habit of sitting together and like telling stories, and they're very uproarious. But she just kind of sits to the side and watches, and like I said, they don't really pay her any mind, but she seems to enjoy it. But yeah.
It's nice to see she's walking on her own now.
She's still using Tim's staff, but she is doing a little bit better than she was previously. So who's on Hope Watch?
Whoever's on watch, I'd assume.
Mm-hmm.
Let's lump that in with the responsibilities.
Yeah, I mean,
we typically will have 2 people.
I'll take first watch.
Okay. Anybody else? First watch?
I'll go too.
All right, ladies. Here's Hope. She's been pretty mobile the last half of the day, and she's doing pretty well. I'm gonna go take some rest.
Okay. Why am I saying okay? You're not talking to me. Continue. So, as you all prepare for your watch, whatever you're going to say between the two of you, Hope is... Well, where are you for your watch?
On the porch?
Is that what
That
you're
is-
going to do?
Probably, yeah.
Okay. And you bring her out there with you?
Might as well, yeah.
Okay.
I imagine like a blanket and a pillow and just being like, this is your nest. Stay here.
Okay, that's fair enough. You bring her out there. You put out the bedding. She lays down, and within minutes, she passes out.
Oh. I guess she was tired.
You think about it, it's been a long day.
I guess at least the babysitting part will be fairly easy.
Yeah, I really don't think that we have anything to worry about with her.
I'm not worried about having her like around us or anything. I'm worried about her situation.
Yeah. I mean, our village has found plenty of people just in the middle of nowhere before, out in the forest. I mean, the only thing different is that she's got some weird looking hair and she can't talk, so... Or, well, she can, but just not a lot, so...
Okay.
I don't feel like we should treat her differently. We do need to get her back to the village if, I don't know. I don't know how we normally handle this type of situation when someone just shows up. I think it's been a while. So...
Okay. Well, unless the two of you have more to say, you could go ahead and give me some perception rolls.
16.
Okay. Marissa?
Oh, my perception. Hold on. I thought I had my sheet up and I don't.
You're
I
fine.
rolled a 5, but
Oh.
yeah, it's great. 10 total.
Okay.
Wusa.
That veil of calm that was left behind when Lilius left your magical cabin the first time seems to be present. With your role, Rena, you on occasion see an animal that patrols around the clearing. They're far out in the distance, so it's a little hard to completely make them out, but you think it is some form of stag that's patrolling. You can't really make out details, but just the shadow of this creature, this what you assume to be a beast, is you think it's one of Lilius's animals.
Does it seem like something I should go pet?
That is not for me to say.
Does it look like it would tell me no if I pet it?
I like to roll wisdom for those things.
Yeah,
myself.
yeah. Yeah, I would just do straight wisdom or nature even, right? I mean, nature.
Animal handling?
No.
Okay.
Not yet.
Nature is intelligence. Survival is wisdom.
Okay.
Yeah, I know. Honestly, I mean, I get it, and at the same time, it's like that's fucked.
It looks real pettable with a 6 total.
Way
I
to
mean-
screw druids by having nature not be wisdom based.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's out there. What's the worst that could happen? Walking into the shadows of the tree with this form that you think is a stag.
I mean, I pet the fire jackal.
Yeah, you knew what that. Well, yeah. I mean, I guess there's no explaining that one, but
Ooh, kitty. Like,
that was
No.
100% a new kitty moment.
I'm sorry. No, I'm good.
You're
I'm
good.
just gonna watch it.
Okay. It passes a couple times from your vision, like it's doing circles around a couple times. Eventually, it's gone, but you do notice it. Who are you gonna go get for second watch?
I'm gonna go wake Tim up.
Riri, the Rock or the Ranger?
Jules should also be awake too, right?
Well, yeah, Jules would also be awake. And I would say that waking. Oh gosh,
Uthal?
Uthal. God, I was just hanging on that first letter. To wake him is like waking Cassidy. So good luck.
No, you just whisper ale.
Maybe.
But
I tried that one.
you got to be careful because you don't want to
Yeah.
promise something you can't deliver.
Valid.
They brought a barrel.
Oh, that's got to be
probably spent by
gone.
now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Probably gone after the first night or two.
She would go wake up Alaric.
Alrighty. Gentlemen, mental gents.
Mhm.
You are awake. Oh, here's a question real quick. What would you do with Hope? Would you leave her out on the front porch? Would you wake her up to come inside? Like,
I don't know about Rena, but I was imagining like we go in one at a time.
oh,
Get
okay.
the person,
so you're gonna
come back.
right. Oh, so you're gonna let her sleep during outside during watch while you're there. Okay, gotcha.
I mean, she's been sleeping outside for who knows how long, right?
Right.
Yeah, it's been a little bit.
Send
So-
one in, poke the person. Send the next one in, poke the person.
All right, gang.
Mhm.
Tim,
Ah.
Ulrich, you have been
Rena?
shooketh.
Rena,
Huh?
have you been spending the whole night in my room?
No.
No, that wouldn't make any sense. I usually You don't always smell like fish. Something smells like fish. Oh well.
What?
I'm not gonna worry about it.
Oh shit. Sorry.
I was waiting for it.
I'm so fucking
Wonderful.
stupid.
That is
No, Tim, I
hilarious.
don't know.
Wonderful.
You know, I kind of smell it too. Did you
I've been
bathe
using
today?
I've been using prestidigitation like constantly. No, I didn't bathe today. I was kind of distracted. Lilius brought in a lot of information, and I got really excited. Plus, I got this like wave of nostalgia.
Mm-hmm.
It was like a throwback to the past, simpler times. Whenever I was out there with Ulrich, just foraging for stuff, because we'd do that from time to time. He'd also accompany me on some experiments, also from time to time. He wasn't always my go-to ranger because of our schedules, but it was nice, just being out there. But I smell fish. Oh well.
I mean, do you think you're sick?
Nah, it doesn't really stink. It's just lingering.
Hmm. You'll figure it
All
out,
right.
I'm sure.
You know what? You just go to bed. I'll figure it out.
Jeez. Wonderful. All right, well.
Is the porch like I assume the hut has some sort of effect, kind of like, or the house has some sort of effect like the hut, to where temperatures are kept comfortable.
The
Am I wrong in that?
interior, not
Okay,
the porch,
so not the porch.
because
All right.
it's open air, but the interior, yes.
Okay. Well, I'm going to see if Ulrich would be willing to help me scoot this chair inside.
Chair? Oh, she's laying down. She's like
Oh.
on the, yeah.
Oh, you know what?
Yeah, they
We'll
laid
just
her
leave her
down.
then.
On what? I thought she was being put on a rocking chair or something.
Rarissa made a nest with the blanket and the pillow, so I
Okay.
interpret that as a nest on the ground.
You know what?
By
The
where
nest
they
has
were
already
sleeping.
been made. Yeah, can't disturb the nest.
Yeah.
I was hoping you'd help me burn this hag's head.
Oh, excellent. That'll wake me up. Yeah, let's do it.
All right.
Got the bag of ho holding.
Don't you?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
You fetch the head. I'll start tilling the earth.
All right. Did we put the head in the bag?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Oh.
Just in case there was any sort of divination or scrying ability that they had on it, which
Right.
would, wow, didn't even think about it until today.
Okay. Well, I guess I have to go get the bag from Cassidy's room.
Or you just get just the head and leave the bag.
Right. I don't have to bring the bag back, but I'm very sorry
You
for
won't wake
invading
her.
your space, Cassidy. I know I won't, but still.
Cassidy's asleep. She doesn't know you're invading her space.
That does not make me feel better.
It's slightly discomforting.
Gonna roll
Yeah.
Constitution.
Yeah, he'll reach into the bag, think on this head, and withdraw it. I don't know if it's rank at this point.
Yeah, it's so it has this odd chill to it even now. Like, they say a corpse is cold to the touch. It is rather frozen.
Ice.
Yeah, that's snarling expression, cataract eyes open, looks just angry.
Okay.
Gross.
Alright, he'll take it outside. He'll turn it away so that the eyes are not facing him. And Tim, you got that pit dug?
Yeah. Well, I've got about 2 feet so far. Do you want to go deeper?
Maybe a little deeper and a little wider.
Okay. Yeah. Couldn't hurt. We gotta let the fire breathe. Oh, there's a little trick you can do. You can make another hole coming in the side of this main hole, and that'll keep the flame low and allow it to breathe. You probably know about that already, actually.
I
just get so excited sometimes.
create bonfire.
Oh.
Or just
And okay.
yeah, sorry. And he'll toss the head in the flames. This
Okay.
thing fucking stinks. It's been dead so long, it's starting to smell like fish.
You smell that too?
Yeah,
Hold
it's the
on.
head, isn't it?
Hold up. I'm not entirely sure. I've found a fish in one of my bags before.
Right. Because
Let's do some looking.
did Rena put a fish in your bags again?
She might have. It's.
How many times is she gonna get away with this?
I will inform her mother once I know that she's alive and safe of her behavior, and I will let her handle it.
Burn.
Wow. That's intense,
That's
Tim.
dirty.
You're really gonna do that to her?
I don't feel it's my place
Mama.
to chastise my own team member.
I mean, I could do it for you if you like.
I'm open to some suggestions. If you got some ideas, you let me know. I think we'll have a while before we get to the point that I've stated. So,
Well, if you don't like her putting fish in your bag, tell her to stop putting fish in your bags.
that seems awfully direct.
It
Very
is.
confrontational.
It is, Tim. You're starting to get the
It's
idea.
it's very clear though. All right, I can respect that.
Mhm.
You know what? Thank you.
You're welcome, Tim. Good luck. I'll be there to help you out if you need it.
I feel like this is something I should handle on my own. That's what my dad would say.
All right. Well, in that case, I'll just be there to watch.
Okay. Yeah, support me from the sidelines.
Did you check your bags? Is there a fish?
I'm working on it. There's a lot of bags and stuff to sift through. I've got to be thorough. If it's in one of my book bags, I will be very upset. I don't know what I'll do to her, but I'll be very upset. Maybe the next poison bolt I send out won't be by accident when it hits her. No,
Okay,
that's
Tim,
mean.
that's starting to get a little. Yeah,
No, that's too far.
I'm glad that you're sticking up for yourself, but there are
Lines, yeah.
yeah.
My books are very important to me.
It's good
But
to
so
have.
are all of you, so. I'm not going to say which one's more important because I don't know.
Okay. That's good to know. Thank you, Tim.
I guess books can be replaced easily. As far as I'm
Not
aware,
all of them.
y'all can't. Well, for most
Uh,
things, I've got backups.
If you lose one of us, I hear you're working on a way to replace us. So
Well, I was mulling that over for a while. But I won't lie, after encountering, what's his name, Denare?
yeah.
He was
Less
so
appealing.
fixated on losing Jules that he let it consume him and completely change who he was, I'm sure. I mean, I can't imagine that the one that we met and the one that Jules knew all those years ago, centuries even, were the same person. So I've had a conversation with Piety about her presumed length of lifespan. And she said that all things come at a cost. I'm paraphrasing here a little bit. I can't remember verbatim. So I'm wondering what it would cost me to do something like that. Some things aren't worth the cost. At least that's what I'm starting to think.
glad to hear you say that, Tim.
Yeah.
I gotta
It's
be
hard to
honest.
let go sometimes.
Yeah. It I have to be honest, I was worried there for a minute.
It's understandable, and I appreciate it. Not many people would normally see that side of me, so not many people would know to be concerned.
It's a good skill to have, to learn how to lose things and people.
It's not something I want to be proficient in, though, or expert in.
Not always up to us.
Maybe it is, and that's the danger.
You all have thrown the head into the fire, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, you
And
can
Tim's
go-
occasionally just gonna shoot a firebolt at it while it's burning.
Yeah. You all can give me perception rolls, please.
Oh, I'm gonna use the new one. Hey, that's pretty good.
Dirty 20.
Tim?
I'm looking on 18.
Both of you hear just this slight whispering coming from this flame where the head has been dropped.
Turn and say silence winch at the fire. Having a bro conversation.
You get halfway through the word wench and it just this huge smoke, blue in coloration, erupts from the flame and spreads out, goes past you. It fills this entire space. I need everybody to give me a wisdom saving throw, please. Even those inside the house.
No magical protections in the house. Dang. Oh, that's less good.
Cassidy.
Wisdom?
Yes.
Nat 20 with a total of 26.
Ulrich.
17.
Okay. Rarissa.
14.
Rena.
16.
Tim.
13.
Okay.
Hope? Jules? Goliath?
I mean,
Why?
Whatever.
I have to roll for them, but I'm not going to tell you what they get.
Oh.
I'm looking for Uthal. There he is. My internet is running quite slow. Okay. 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 Noted. The entire space is filled with this bluish black smoke. It is very disarming, just amidst this conversation. And you can see, well, you can't see, actually. It erupts, fills, and after a few moments, it starts to dissipate. And when the smoke finally clears away enough, the fire is put out, and the burnt head is there. It has been charred, but you do see what look like two glowing embers in the sockets where the eyes were. That was alarming.
How's Hope? Look over at her.
What did you roll on your perception roll? It was a dirty 20, right?
Yeah.
She is having... It looks like she's having a nightmare.
I'm gonna go wake her up. Hand on her shoulder, I am shaking her until she's awake.
She wakes up. She wakes up pretty quick. She looks at you and she like goes to scramble away, and then she eases.
Mm-hmm. Tim, we have to wake everyone up.
Should we try and verify that they're having some sort of nightmare first?
I don't want to risk it. I think everyone needs to be awake.
Okay.
All right. I'm gonna go around to. Where are the Goliaths? Are they staying outside? Do I remember that correctly?
No, they're in the living space. That's like the best place for them to fit inside. So
Okay. Tim, wake up the Goliaths. Ulrich, biased as he is going straight to Rena to see if she's having a nightmare.
okay. What did you roll again, Rena? You rolled a
16.
16.
I had to
Who's
think about
watching
that.
Hope?
What's that, Amber?
Who's watching Hope?
Tim is.
Okay.
She's gonna
Tim's
join
down.
him to wake
Okay.
up Goliaths. He's gonna try and
gi-
comfort her.
give me we'll do insight. Actually, I think insight's more fitting for this Ulrich, for reading someone's expressions, especially while they sleep.
Mhm.
So go ahead and give me an insight check.
Insight. 17.
Okay. She appears to be dreaming. If it's, you can't tell what kind of dream it is if she is in fact having one.
Some drool.
Okay. I know I rolled high on the insight, and you're like probably trying to give me something, but Ulrich does not want to risk it. He's gonna put his hand on her shoulders. He's gonna shake her awake.
Whatever Ulrich would do, that's fine.
Right, am I
Rena?
waking up successfully without any issues? Or
Is there? Does she have to roll?
Yeah, that's...
No.
What?
Rena,
What?
were you dreaming?
Huh? Maybe.
What were you dreaming about?
Are we playing 20 questions?
No. And those are terrible. You,
I'm really tired, Ulrich.
I can tell. Just stay awake for a minute, all right? In fact, where's your sister? Everyone needs to wake up just at least for a minute, okay?
Okay. Yeah.
Right?
She's just...
Okay. Was there anyone else in the room with Rena?
Oh no, Rena was there.
I mean, did her and Cassidy snuggle together again? Or was Cassidy elsewhere?
I'll say I went with you, I guess.
Okay. So yeah. The boulder.
I might need your help to wake her.
Okay, alright.
I got a 20 for my wisdom saving throw. Do you still think I should roll for Constitution for sleeping, Dungeon Master?
I will say, because
Because it's
of
me.
what's going on, and because I just had you roll that wisdom save, you can choose to wake up if you think Cassidy will wake up. It's up to you.
Well,
completely.
I will take advantage of that nat 20 and say she will wake up when she is supposed to because of it.
Just gonna say,
Cassidy,
plus
were
the
you-
bed's
How are
being
you guys going to try to wake me up?
Rena's just...
I'm just going to like roll and be like, oh, what the fuck? What's going on? Oh.
I
okay,
don't know.
it's
We're
us.
playing 20 questions. Apparently, we wanted you to join.
Okay.
That's
I'm going to go back to sleep now.
not yet.
No.
Cassidy, were you dreaming?
No,
Okay.
I was sleeping happily, I think.
Tim and I were burning the hag's head, and then something happened, and it looked like Hope was having a nightmare. I thought about what Lilius was saying. I'm worried, all right? So I want everyone awake.
Okay, let's go.
Is she gonna go?
Ulrich's doing a run. How's Tim doing with the Goliaths?
Well, once he
And-
guides Hope in to the cabin, He will take the staff from her and put her arm around his shoulder and hold her up. And then he's going to go and whack each of the Goliaths on the head.
Ow.
It's a sharp tap, love tap. Enough to wake up, I hope.
Wow.
Holy shit.
Rouse, men!
You're gonna get a Goliath fist to the face.
Rouse and rise!
Rena's not like leaving the room. She probably just sat up and she's just.
Hey.
Three of the five wake up. Sorry, go ahead. You guys are gonna.
Sorry.
Rena?
Once they
Sorry.
wake, you'll have them wake up the others.
She's awake. She's just tired. Her eyes are like squinted.
Listen, please don't go back to sleep until we know what's happening.
Yeah, I'm just gonna sit here.
Ulrich's very concerned that she's gonna fall asleep sitting up.
It's not impossible.
It's not impossible. No. I don't mean to take up all the time.
That's fine.
It's fine. Marissa and Jules are still asleep. The Goliaths are waking one another.
Well, Tim will head on over to Marissa and Jules with hope.
Okay. Marissa, you rolled run it by me one more time. What was you?
14.
It was a 14. Okay. All right, give me an insight roll, Tim.
What do we see? We ain't seen shit. That's a 6 total.
I mean, she could be dreaming. Jules, who is nearby, is very clear that he is dreaming. No roll needed. He is visibly sweating.
Oh, I'm waking him.
Okay. How are you gonna?
First I'm gonna try like standing a good distance and like poking him in the cheek with the staff. Cause he's an assassin. I want to have some distance.
Hey, you don't want to go activating some kind of flashback while you're right
No.
in front of him.
In fact, I'm gonna try and position Hope like behind me.
He does not wake up.
I'm gonna give him a thwack. Right on the forehead.
He lets out a yell of pain, but it seems like a lot more than it should be, and he does not wake.
Okay, I'm getting Marissa.
Okay.
I will not thwack her. Shake her on the shoulder. Marissa!
Alright.
Marissa! It's Jules!
Marissa, it is easy enough for you to wake up. But you were having some sort of dream. For sure. Up to you what kind of dream it was.
Okay. She would be like, huh? What? Why is he awake with Jules? What?
I think Jules is having a nightmare. Come on, get up quick.
Oh, okay.
He's sweating. Ignore the red mark on his forehead.
Yeah, there's like a lump on his forehead.
Unrelated. Like
Poor Jules.
He
I think
fell
he-
out of the bed?
I think he hit himself.
Jesus. He fell down the stairs. It's fine.
oh wait.
Any stairs.
He's sweating profusely and he's not waking up. I was wondering if maybe you in that necklace, maybe you could call him out of the dream. I don't know. I know you have a connection.
I've never tried having a reconnection while he's out of the necklace, but I guess it's worth a shot. she would just like grip the necklace tight and just like close her eyes and try talking to him like she used to in her head.
Give me a wisdom saving throw.
Oh.
You all right there? Ah.
I understand.
Bye-bye.
You know what, I'm gonna-
18. I got 18.
An 18, okay. I'm just gonna change this music up a little bit. So what exactly are you trying to connect with him?
Communicate. Yeah,
Communicate.
connect, communicate. See if he
So-
responds. She'd just be like, Jules.
So you grasp this necklace and you concentrate and try to communicate with him. I want you to give me, let's see if you have this. I'm sorry, I'm gonna look at your sheet. Okay, I want you to roll roll me a d20 with your spellcasting modifier. Please. Which I believe is wisdom.
13.
12, 13. You say his name, and for the rest of you that are watching her, she's still. She looks like she's focusing. Marissa, you are suddenly in a city street, rubble around your feet, and you hear just people screaming, and Jules runs right past you. And as you turn to see where he is running from, there is this building that is falling down towards you. And in an instant, he grabs onto your shoulder and pulls you back. And says, just run! And he keeps going, not seeming to have acknowledged who you were, and continues to run. The
So
building
it's a
just
huge-
narrowly missing you as it collapses. It's easy enough for you to tell you are in Thrix.
she's gonna like look at the building and look at Jules and be like, "What? I think this is a dream and you need to wake up." And she's just gonna like slap his face a few times.
He is already left. Like he pulled you out of the way and he kept running.
Oh,
You
he
have
kept
to
running.
chase him.
Okay, she's gonna chase him then. She's gonna chase him, and like call after him, and be like, Jules.
Oh. You're breaking up a lot. What was that?
She's gonna chase him and be like, Jules,
Does
just
she
like
sound
calling
a
out to
squirrel
him.
anybody else, or is that just me?
No, she sounds
no.
fine to me.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right. That's just my internet. I hear you now, though. You're fine. I'm sorry. Can you just repeat that one more time?
Just chasing after him and yelling Jules, yelling his name.
You chase after him, and he is running. And turning the corner, you're in the courtyard of the Saviors, where the 3 statues were that you had seen in Thrix. It's this big open area. It's bizarre. There's this bright beam of light shining in the sky. Buildings are crumbling, while at the same time, some of these buildings, the debris that's on the ground is starting to defy gravity. Bricks just floating up into the air. And you see him running through the crowds of people, yelling, screaming, running. There's dead people on the ground. It's complete chaos. And from the smoke that has been created by all this debris, this monstrosity lurches out, and it looks a lot like the thing that you had fought in Thrix, the thing with the spear for a hand. But this is 3 times the size of what you had encountered. And Jules stops in the middle of the courtyard, looks up, and this creature just impales his chest. And you snap out of it, and Jules wakes up just.
She would like get down beside him and be like, hey, it's okay. It's okay.
Are we awake? Is it morning?
It was a really bad dream. You are awake now.
Right.
And you just kind of like reach out to like take one of his hands.
He squeezes your hand. And he's just panting and like still like his face is drenched with sweat.
I'm gonna sit Holly or Hope down and fetch some water.
Okay. All right. Easy enough to do.
Give it to Jules.
Thank you. Is everyone all right? What did something happen?
We burnt that hag head, and there was an effect of sorts.
Okay.
Blue smoke. And after the warning we'd gotten about Dream, Ulrich instantly insisted that we wake everyone up. We saw that Hope was having some sort of night terror fit. So we woke her up first and then proceeded to wake everyone else up. Looks like you might have had the worst of it.
My head hurts.
Yeah.
That's where that welt is standing.
Sorry, that was me trying to wake you. Actually, I can't lie any further.
Ow.
Yeah, well, I know what your profession was, so I was trying to keep my distance. You wake someone up from a night terror, sometimes they don't have very calm responses.
That's okay. That's
Terribly
bad.
sorry.
Oh. I don't want to have that dream again.
No, I don't
Bad,
blame you.
Thank you.
Kind of got to see a little bit about what was going on there, but
How?
You're bonded, remember? I'll leave you to it. This is a private.
you
Curious.
smacked him on the head with the stick. You can come in. Come on.
I'm sorry that you had to witness that as well. Whatever that was all supposed to mean, I don't know.
I don't know either. But if everyone's having bad dreams, I'm sure we'll eventually find. Well, not everyone, but if dreams are happening from the hag's head, I'm sure we'll find out.
Wonderful. Wonderful. Okay. All right. Shall I stay? Well, I suppose I don't need to go back to sleep, do I? I think I should be all right.
Guessing, and she looked at him. Plan is for everyone to stay awake now?
I think you can try and go back to sleep. It would be easier to monitor everyone using a hut. As nice as this place is, walls are a little bit of an inconvenience with this current trial.
I'll just sleep in the same room. It's fine.
Oh, we
Too bad
get
we
a
can't,
cuddle
like-
puddle.
Too bad we can't just shift things around and just trade out the walls for support beams.
We go from
Oh,
biggest
God.
to smallest, so all
Yeah,
the
I hope
Goliaths
so,
on the
please.
bottom, and then we just build a puddle, a people nest.
They just have bunk beds.
Oh
You
my
know?
god. Oh my god.
Make it like a log house, you know. Just bunk
Oh,
beds
yeah.
everywhere.
Well, that's better.
I mean, the goal
Tinker
is
logs? What were they called? Lincoln logs.
Lincoln logs, yeah.
the goal is to be sawing, right?
Yeah, that's true. What, is Rena still awake? What about,
No.
no?
No.
Oh, she's probably just doing one of these.
It's yeah, I'm awake.
Okay, well, I'm not super sure what Ulrich was doing, but he's definitely gonna come back and check on Rena at some point. And when he does, hand on her shoulder, he's gonna wake her up again.
Rena, in your dream, you find yourself unwilling to stop yourself as you endlessly chase your father through the fog of the forest, always out of reach, but just
Oh.
barely within sight.
That's depressing. Okay.
You do wake up.
Rena,
Yeah. I'm awake. Sorry. What's going on? Why did you wake me up?
we burned the hag's head. There was. Okay, Rena, how about you stand up?
Very pouty.
Rena, this is serious.
Okay. All right. She kind of huffs a little bit and stands up.
We burned the hag's head. It erupted into smoke. It seemed like some sort of magic. And I saw that Hope was having a nightmare. And I remember what Lilius said. So I understand that you're tired. Just want to make sure that everyone's okay. I want to make sure that you're okay.
Yeah. Wasn't really. I don't know if you can count it as a nightmare. I mean, I'm okay. Yeah, I'm okay. Is everyone else all right?
I think so. We got Cassidy up.
Is Cassidy still up? Worth asking. Are you saying yes? I can't see your camera.
Yes, sorry.
Okay. I'm sorry. I usually see your camera. Okay.
Well, just sorry for being, he'll reach out and squeeze her hand. She'll let him.
She'll, yeah, squeeze. I'm gonna go check on Rarissa.
Okay.
All right.
I'll see how everyone else is doing. Oleg's gonna look. He's gonna, while this is going on, he's just gonna do a round with the Goliaths, and he's gonna look for Hope. I lost track of where Hope is. Who's with her?
Tim has Hope. No, actually, Hope
Does
is
he?
sitting with Jules and Rarissa, and if Tim is still with them, then the four of
He
them
is.
are grouped. Yeah. Hope is holding on to consciousness. She's just sitting there, sitting up as best she can, and just kind of doing one of those where she just, almost falls forward and then wakes back up. Seems to be having a hard time staying awake, but she is fighting it because everybody else is awake.
I just when you said, "Oh, Tim has hope," I was like, "Oh, does he?"
Tim always has hope. It makes it a point.
The Goliaths. What are you checking with on the Goliaths? That they're awake? Ulrich?
Oh, yeah. If just how they're doing, if they're awake, if they're visibly having nightmares, or
they're all awake and they all look grumpy as fuck.
I will explain to them what has happened and that this is a matter of
Sanity?
of safety, yeah, of spooky magic shit that is beyond anyone here. So
Give me an insight roll, please.
It's a 7.
They hear what you say. How they receive it, hard to tell, but they listen. They don't. They're not
Okay.
like whatever. They're just like, oh, all right, you know.
Well, sure. They have the information.
Yeah. So, but they're awake. Everyone's awake. It is still nighttime. You are about halfway through your watch. There's still a few hours until the sun's going to start coming up.
Okay.
I will. As far as sleeping or staying awake, Tim, as he addresses the individuals in this room, the only thing that we were given to try and guard ourselves against these sorts of attacks were that Lilius recommended meditation. I'm not sure how comfortable or familiar anyone here is with that concept, but I'd suggest you start practicing now.
Whisper you would know about that from Whisper, Tim. Whisper's into that sort of thing.
That makes a lot of sense.
Mm-hmm.
You would have to, I think you'd really need to invest some time in that sort of practice to do the things that Whisper does.
Mm-hmm.
I think that everyone can go back to sleep. Whoever's on watch, this is now part of the job. You watch for threats from outside, and if anyone
Threats
seems
from
to be having
inside.
if anyone seems to be having a particularly intense dream, wake them up and check in. That's what I think.
All
I
right.
think that's pretty solid. I will concur.
Is everybody going to go back to sleep then?
I'm out. I was in the other room, so
She's already gone.
Just gonna
Okay.
check on Marissa, give her a hug, and be like, "Are you okay?" Give her pets.
She would smile and hug Rena back and be like, "Yeah, I didn't have a bad dream."
I had a weird one, but not bad either.
Rena, you had 2.
2?
You were dreaming when Ulrich woke you, but it was just a regular, some sort of
Whatever
dream.
dream. Yeah.
Yeah, you were. The point is that you were dreaming,
Mm-hmm.
and then there was the one with your father.
Okay.
Mhm.
No,
All
no,
of
no.
you were dreaming.
Oh.
Sorry.
I'm gonna crawl into Marissa's bed and gonna go to sleep.
I'll lead Hope back to her nest and continue my watch.
Okay.
Shutting the door very gently behind me as I leave that room.
Give me an additional perception roll, Tim, as you step outside.
And I will make a point to actually check the fire pit and inspect the skull.
You know what?
buddy,
You know what? You know
that's-
what? Make it Arcana.
Doesn't matter. That's nat 20. Arcana, total of 27.
That's
Hell
perfect.
yeah.
golf clap.
Yeah.
Whatever that was, it has. You can feel it. You can even see it. Whatever protective veil that was left behind by Lilius's blessing, or aura, whatever you want to call it, it's like it's deteriorating, like it's infected, much like. Now, see, you're viewing an aura of Arcanum, right? So you can actually see it now. And the best way I can describe it is like when a plant is diseased and the leaves are starting to brown at the edges or turn color when it's dying. That's what it looks like is happening to this aura of protection around this clearing. It's just slowly deteriorating away. And Go ahead.
Can I cast detect magic to see if it's actually sourced currently, emanating from the skull, the remains?
Oh, you mean what's okay? So,
Or is the roll enough to determine that this is just an effect that's already out there and there's nothing left to be done about it?
yeah. What's done is done. The there's no longer any magic emanating from the head, but it is clear, like it's easy enough to say, what's destroying the protection is what came from that head. But the head's gone. So.
Oh, I thought it had some embers left in the eyes.
Oh, it did.
Okay.
There was still a husk of a head. The head is
Okay.
gone.
Oh,
Gone.
That's
No
not good.
ashes. And that's where we'll end tonight's session.
woohoo! Crispy.
Man, I just want to get home.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Woohoo! We did one day.
It was an
No
eventful
more
day.
head for anyone.
Only 7 more sessions until we get to Gray Stand.
No. I do have to tick the calendar ahead of day, though.
I don't want evil hag head anyways.
I kind of feel like we should not have burned it. I feel like Lilius led us astray. Maybe that's just me. Maybe this is a
I said burn it,
At
and then
her
she
own
said to
peril.
do it. Kind
mean-
of Rena's fault.
I don't think it is Rena's fault. I feel like the Fae in the room was the authority on these matters, and she should know that. We're gonna do whatever she said.
It's definitely affected her area. So
She's not omnipotent. She
Yeah.
pointed that out.
True.
merely a servant to a greater power.
It's safe to say, while she is knowledgeable, she's probably speaking off of what she would do. You know.
Yeah. Well, maybe we've all learned something tonight.
Nobody's perfect.
Don't ever keep the corpse.
I wanted to impress the Goliath.
It's not
It
don't
did, to be
murder.
fair,
it's don't
just so
keep
you
the
know.
trophy.
We should have just thrown it in their fucking crater or hole or shit. Some
Oh,
shit.
right.
The bowl.
Yeah, the bowl. You know what?
Yeah,
A
and-
head's close enough to a coconut. It would have sat there fine.
I did kind of want, when Lilius was like, get rid of it, I did kind of want to just go out the front door and just chuck it. Just, yeah.
Punt it
Definitely
like
would have
it's a
erupted in
football.
smoke.
Yeah.
But all right, thank you everybody for coming out and hanging out with us tonight. I hope you enjoyed the session. The YouTube, the VOD of this session will be up on Thursday, or else Sora has to wear a chicken suit. The audio portion will be on Spotify and other major podcasting platforms on Friday. And this Friday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, I will be live on here for DM sessions. I'm going to be painting some minis
Yay.
in preparation for our in-person session in February.
Oh.
Oh yeah.
It's fast approaching.
It is fast approaching.
But also
hold on to
slow
your
approaching.
asses. But thank you, everyone. Have a wonderful night. I love
Goodbye.
you.
Good night,
Goodbye.
everyone.
Good night.
Sleep well.